Asian picture.
Alright, if we have to do a deep paragraph each, or together. We should be on each. We should be on each just for a
Yeah.
second. It's really easy.
Sit like this.
Simple.
Can I be like this?
It's just like you're trying to find a tendency.
Why?
No one else.
Slow motion picture. It's so fabulous.
Okay.
And then at the end, made by Holly. Make sure.
Okay, so do you want to start? That video was.
Fantastico.
Talk louder. Talk louder. No, you guys gotta talk louder.
Okay, that video has been all over social media.
I didn't actually watch it.
Alright, come on. Do it properly, otherwise
Okay.
I'm never gonna get this done.
That video has been all over social media for the past 3 days. It has
It's
been all the rage.
crazy.
The reason why is because of the power of the persuasive techniques. Like,
It's very
Just-
it's very emotional.
yeah, and
Especially
it's-
when you use, when you focus on the use of slow motion. That lets
Slow
that-
motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slow motion. That
Makes it
gives
very-
the audience a chance to more like think about what's being presented to them,
yeah,
and it's more
very,
emotive as well.
It's very suspenseful, I think. Like,
Yeah, like
especially
dramatic.
the music and the little snippets of words. Like, there's not whole big blobs of words.
Because no one likes
And
to
the-
read like all of this.
yeah, and the repetitive, like when the video, it was I think 10 years of prison, and then it also stated 10 years of pain. Like,
Yeah.
it just really emphasizes the time period, which
And the suffering
Yeah.
that they went
It
through.
had some inclusive language in there, right?
yeah, the inclusive language, I think it was we need to stand up.
Yeah. So that's
We need to take
including
a stand.
absolutely everyone. So
Yeah, and just it's so powerful.
yeah,
Even
it's
that
very,
first,
it
like,
was very powerful.
it all comes down to even that first like slide of the movie, like the Chan and Sukumaran logo, like how it actually is represented by the world and the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
It's kind of stating that this is a time in history. That's what I'm getting from it. It's like it's time in history and it's part of the world now, and it's actually a big issue, drug smuggling. But
Yeah.
I think Indonesia, like in my opinion on the whole thing, is Indonesia taking it way too far. Like execution, I don't really think.
Yeah.
I think
let's
it's
talk about
fair.
that.
They broke a law, so they knew what the law was if they were trying to smuggle drugs. So
Yeah.
why would they
But
take the
do you want to?
chance?
They should be.
And
killed.
especially in Indonesia, where the law is so strict.
That's the
Yeah, but the
law.
law is strict. Let's just say they did it in Queensland. They wouldn't be killed.
Yeah.
It's Indonesia. Like,
But
people
another-
have smuggled drugs all over the world and they're not being killed. They've
Another-
smuggled more drugs than that and they're not being killed.
Another thing that was really big is that Australia didn't actually wait until they came back to Australia to get them caught.
Why
Yeah,
did they
like-
even do that?
Because now they're being executed. That's
Yeah, like they're another massive topic in media is obviously Tony Abbott, but he's just created this whole thing. This is his fault. Like, it's partly obviously Indonesia's fault, and it's a huge part of
Yeah.
China Sukumaran, but it's his fault. Like, he's the reason for the execution. They might never have been caught.
I agree
He could
that
have handled it more subtly by just disposing of the drugs, saving.
wait, Tony Abbott.
Tony Abbott is like the face of Australia. He's our Prime Minister. So he could have handled it a bit better. The Australian government, the Liberal Party,
Is he? Yeah, he's
is
liberal.
Liberal, yeah.
I agree that they could have waited and it would have turned out a lot better for them if they did wait for them, so they wouldn't get executed if they were stopped in Australia. But still, they knew the law and they broke it.
I think they should just handle it more like. I don't understand the big deal, like the Bali Nine.
Yeah, it's
Bali
been
Nine.
so
it's
advertised.
it's been advertised way too much. Like, it's overexposed. We don't need to know that much. Like, Chappelle Corby was all over the news.
yeah.
And it was also
Before
all
the
over
Bali
the news
Nine.
that she wasn't executed. Like, I'm not comparing the two cases because they're entirely different. One was strapped to their chest, and the other was in a boogie board said to have been put there by her father and brother. So you can't convict someone without hard proof. But the way that Chan and Sukumaran smuggled them drugs was just hard evidence. They strapped them to themselves. They're not
But-
going to be like, I fell asleep and I woke up with drugs on my chest.
They don't have an excuse,
But-
really.
Imagine,
It's an excuse.
just imagine how much money the media and the newspapers and all those people are going to make off advertising the Bali Nine and giving information about the Bali Nine.
Yeah, but imagine
The
the
us-
families of the two people that are about to be murdered.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
Cause
sympathy
it-
for the families, but they
once-
knew the law and they broke it. And it's the simple thing. If you go to another country and you break their laws, you know what their laws are. If you break them, you're going to be convicted.
'Cause
That's
once
just the way it is.
Once this happens, this is going to be all over the media. It's going to be on TV. There's going to be shows about them because they're Australian. It's going to be, and
I'd be feeling this way. I wouldn't be feeling. I'm not feeling sympathetic towards Shannon Tukumaran because they're Australian. I'm feeling sympathetic towards them because they're
People-
human
yeah.
beings that are about to be shot on an island, and this lead up's only making it worse. They've used them for 10 years.
That's
as
just the
stated
thing.
in that video,
'Cause
10 years.
do you-
They are just like us. Like, we're Australians, they were Australians. But they think that they can get away with it. Just,
But-
it's...
They're changed.
don't-
Have you seen that video?
this is what's been going in my head. If they really deserve to die, wouldn't they be dead 10 years ago? Instead of 10 years later, it all happened.
Well, they're trying to spark another fire. They're trying to redirect the attention back to Indonesia. I don't know what's going on, but they're just trying to bring this all up again. They could have, they've just blown it way out of proportion. They could have just done it so much more subtly. Like, it's just
And
useless. But
also to advertise it on the media, like, who wants to watch people getting shot? That's horrible.
yeah,
You know what, I think this has happened a lot. I mean, it not happened a lot, but it has happened before, probably. And why haven't we heard that much about it when it was other people?
Yeah.
Because they're Australians. I think people just pay more attention to it.
and why haven't they advertised more of the Bali Nine? Like, I myself know 3 members of the Bali Nine. If Chappelle Corby is included, I know Chan and Sukumaran. I have no idea who the other people are.
There's Renee Lawrence. I know she was connected to Chappelle Corby.
Yeah, but like they haven't advertised it as much as this, otherwise we'd all know. But they smuggled 8.2 kilos of heroin and
Yeah.
they got caught. And in
And-
prison, they've changed entirely. I think Chan has taken up counselling. He's been counselling the other prisoners on their way to being executed, and now he's the one that's about to be
Because,
executed.
by the way, all 9 of them were either sentenced to life in prison or to death.
Yeah,
Even if it seems like they've made up for it, how I view the legal system is like a computer. Say, there's a virus. You'd have to have, obviously,
You have to
a
attack
good.
it and get
You'd
rid
have
of
to
it.
attack it, but you need to. For this kind of case, you need hard proof that somehow you shouldn't convict them. But none of that's happened, so I think it should just
Well,
been gone
in
through.
my opinion, they're obviously not innocent, but they don't deserve to die.
yeah, I think a lifetime imprisonment is enough.
It's definitely enough.
Because
Chappelle Corby got 10 years.
imagine every night leading up to the execution knowing you're going to die.
Yeah, that's just torture. They're
That's-
torturing them.
that's
They're just
torture.
as bad as everyone that's saying that, oh, they're filthy, they deserve to die, go rot in hell. This is some of the comments I've read on social media. They're just as bad as the people in the firing squad shooting that bullet through their heart. So, just like in that video, you need to stand up. Us as Australians need to stand up. And we need to see the whole picture. We need to fight for their innocence. Like, we need to fight for them not to be killed.
Obviously, I don't think that they don't. I mean, obviously, I don't think that they deserve to die, but that's just the law.
It works in
That's their
mysterious
law.
ways.
That law shocks me, but I'm not going to argue with it.
But it's funny, as much
yeah.
as they've tried to incorporate this law into their whole system, people are still doing it. So they're not doing a very good job. They're not. There's someone bigger, the mastermind behind all this drug smuggling, that needs to be caught, not Chan and Sukumaran. They were just the messengers. And there's an old saying, don't shoot the messenger. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. So they need to find that main person, and they need to kill him. He deserves
Kill it
the
at the source.
Yeah, they just need to get rid of the main source, and none of this would have happened. So, just
Well, I think that was.
If you want to take down a colony, kill the queen.
pretty much.
That's a yeah.
Alright, well,
Alright,
that's all
yeah.
we have time for. So yeah, join the fight on Instagram and other social media websites, and try and put an end to this barbaric act,
Choose your side.
and choose wisely. Thank you.